Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Girl by Moonlight, The Flavor of Hope. Should be episode 3, if I'm counting correctly, which I can't, so I'm assuming someone will correct me if that's wrong. What do we do? A quick intro, or I need to do a thing about Patreon. If you have not seen, we are now doing a Patreon. Please head over and support it if you would like to help support the channel. Otherwise, hey, don't. This is why I'm a salesperson. So why don't we do a quick round of introductions and then we'll jump into it. Why don't we start with Mick this week? Hi, Mick.
Hello, I'm Mick, and I am playing the weary mechanic Ernest. And yeah,
nice. And what is Ernest's transcended form? Sorry, I forgot the word for a second there.
Alexander Maximilian.
Nice. We're gonna have to take back that name for you.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll throw that guy into the airlock.
Right. Put him in the airlock and just vent him into space. I love it. All right, why don't we head over to Stephanie? Stephanie, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Hello, I am Alluvial Auditor 2332 here for your psychological needs.
Nice.
And in transcendent form, she is Sentimentia. She is there to boost your spirits and to make you remember how much you love tacos and the taste of it in your mouth. And she is also very stressed out right now. So I know Chaz is probably rubbing his hands together at that thought.
Have plans.
Love it. Why don't we head over to John next?
I'm John, and I'm a magical girl. I'm playing Seraphina X35, the heir apparent to the Mega Hard Corporation, who is currently having some token competition with a person who we shall not mention, because he's clearly not getting the job.
That's right. I feel like that person is just starting to goad everyone here. We've got you and poor Max. He's stealing his name.
We're going to vent him.
Right?
Feed him to the tacos.
Adela, why don't you tell us about yourself and your little celestial and your character?
Well, we have Celeste joining us today. I'm Adela. I'm going to be playing Debbie. She is a cargo pilot and has already tasted the gloriousness of tacos and feels her feels very strongly and is really trying to still fit into the company just because she doesn't want to go to jail again.
I mean,
it's hard for Debbie. Yeah, it's really hard for her. Her transcended form is Dawn Star, who is also a big supporter of the taco, and is pretty fierce in their love of emotion, though they also don't want to get, thrown in jail or murdered.
Yeah,
nobody wants that.
Being martyr may be great for your cause, but it's really bad for eating tacos. Just going to throw that out there. Let's see. I guess I should do mine. I am Jeremy. I live here on this channel sometimes when I'm not doing school. You can find me on the internet at WHPubs or head over to it's WHpublications.com. I am playing not WH. MH, thank you. Too many letters. MH for Mega Hard. MH617, the vat-grown mech pilot or engine pilot that is part of this team, not necessarily by choice, but by his very existence. And when I transcend, I become Claire, who is super strong and protective and colorful and loves all the emotions, not like MH617, not like them at all, who does not like the emotions and so is feels very awkward about being paired with the engine that has the big display that shows emotes and is super squee about everything.
Everything is so cute.
That's right. That's right. And right now, some of us are in our transcended forms and some of us are not, because at the end of last episode, we were finishing up a battle. Is that right, Chaz?
You just finished a battle, once again protecting humanity from this entity, something that you come accustomed to, which has to feel strange. Like, it's one thing to go out and be heroic, but it's like, oh yeah, being heroic is my day job. It's like kind of conflict and emotion.
Yeah. Speaking of heroic, why don't you do a quick intro before we jump into things?
So my name is Chaz. I like to GM and DM and storytell and direct things.
Yeah.
And I am lucky enough to have this great group of peeps where we can direct Girl by Moonlight, which is a fantastic system. Having like gone through like an entire like run of it, from like obligation to downtime, to like the mission to the fallout, like it is just chaos ensuing all the time, which is my preferred way of dealing with things. So yeah, I think
Nice.
if we have any questions before we begin. Good. All right.
I think so.
So then you protected the world, or the remainder of the world, yet again. And Sarah, you get that message from your father, like, hey, this is great. Just so you know, we found your next target. Don't worry about the entities. We found that insurgent who has been hiding out. We want to get a crew to go down with you, a video crew, and have them watch you all stop the insurgent, because I have some bad news for you. I took an informal poll of the board of directors. They're leading to Maximilian. They don't understand why you're doing this nonsense instead of running Mega Hard, and so they would rather have Maximilian, who doesn't do this. So we want to show them why you doing this is good for Mega Hard.
Yes, the board is infinitely wise in their service to the company, but you are so correct. They just haven't fully explored the reasons why they are wrong.
Right, this is not their fault. They just haven't been exposed, and so we're going to do them a favor and expose them. So we got the best camera crew. They're going to fly down on shuttles. We're going to have you all like heroically go in and like capture this insurgent. Like, I don't really know how your like machine things work, but if one could like grab her through the house, like it'll make a nice big spectacle, big show for the people, for the employees.
Yeah, and of course the Mega Hard Mega Explosion.
Exactly. We're gonna definitely get that in.
Yes. We'll make sure that we fix it in post.
Excellent. See, after this, I'm sure they're gonna vote for you.
Fantastic. Otherwise, perhaps before the vote, we can go take a tour of the space viewing platform with the doors.
That's a great idea. All right, I'll see you when you get back. And then he shuts the line off.
Well, everyone, it looks like we have a new project on the docket. And, already, yes. So I would say suit up, but we already are. So let's just make our way to what was her name?
Nana?
Nana, yes, Nana.
Which, don't say that over comms.
No such thing is fine. These are.
You're looking at your engines, and you're seeing that they need to recharge.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to make the trip to Nana's.
Have you seen my engine? I mean, as happy as it looks, or is trying to look, and you see the mech kind of gesture to itself, and it's got like dents and punctures, and there's like some venting going on as we're hovering in space.
I mean, she doesn't understand like why you guys are complaining. Her mech is perfect. Completely unscratched. What's wrong with you guys?
I think our mechs need a little bit of a break and some tender loving care. And we should also discuss this a little bit. Do you know Nana at all?
Everyone here knows Nana. The great thing about, or one of the great thing about tacos, because there are many. These engines are not machines. Well, they look like machines. People call them machines. They are sentient beings, and they communicate through emotions, which means people who have grown up in a society where there are no emotions don't really have the option to pilot them. Luckily, however, all of you at some point were exposed to the gloriousness that was a taco, that unlocked emotion. You know, all that like social learning that children go through? Nah, we don't need that. One bite of a taco, you're like, oh my God, is this joy?
Pure joy.
So you have all met Nana and tasted Nana, and whatever your emotions are for her, one, you have emotions, which is just unheard of, and two, she is in a way directly responsible for you to being able to pilot these engines.
So what is the most amount of time you're going to need to recoup your engines?
The most amount of time?
How long will it take for this smoke break to take place?
Right. In the docking bay, it usually takes about a day.
I would
If
like to
you
bring
were
up, I'm not 100% sure I feel good about leaving my engine. And I feel like Claire has a name for her engine as opposed to MH, who just like kind of refers to it as engine.
Right.
I'm going to think about that one. But I'm not really sure I feel good about leaving them in the docking bay right now with the other Maximilian, sorry, Ernest, doing whatever it is that he's doing over there. Like, I feel like there was almost a little sabotage going on, whether it was intentional or not. I had a little bit of issue piloting to start with.
I'm in general against. I don't feel quite right going after Nana, knowing full well that we have to thank her for being able to use our mechs in the first place.
Well, I mean, I fully plan on looking like I'm doing my job, and then
Yes, but maybe we should come
not.
up with a plan before, because we want explosions, right?
Mm-hmm,
And we want running, and we want capture, but like, what if
Nana
it
dies in a
wasn't-
kitchen fire?
Oh, we could actually do a good cooking show. Mega Hard cooks Gray. And yeah, we could totally do a kitchen fire, you know, with of course the
Yum.
contractually obligatory Mega Hard explosions.
And then we whisk her off somewhere safe, and I might know a place where she can go.
Excellent. As long as we get the shot, you know, as long as we get the metrics done, we're good.
Okay. Should we contact her beforehand so she knows? Does anyone have any code words with her so she doesn't?
Nana is very
out?
much a Nana. She does not use these newfangled phones and comms and no.
We
If you
send
want to
her,
see
like, a
Nana, you
little-
have to visit her.
Like a little drone with a taco attached to it, and just with a note inside.
Well, we
Can-
have to come with gifts. It's Nana. I mean, we have to come with a gift. What should we bring her?
We should definitely bring her a shirt that says "I've been caught by Mega Hard," and we have to let her know that she needs to be very surprised that we've come in there. We'll give her a script that she needs to read out.
Okay.
You'll never take me alive, Mega Hard. It's a work in progress.
Okay.
So, Mick, are you currently Max or Ernest?
I think I'm Max.
Okay, so Max, like you work on the mechs. Where do you have any idea where we could take them and not have them be in the hangar, but like be safe from corporate eyes, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
Is this something that I would know?
You would know that the hangar is the best place for them to recover, just because it's been built for them. You could take them to another planet, and then it would require you to work on them for them to recover, rather than them just recovering passively.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
we could take them to another planet, and I could work on them, but they wouldn't be able to recover on their own.
I mean, I'm down to help with that. I just
Mhm.
what do you all think? Should we take them? And you hear her kind of
I
like
agree.
choke as she says home. Okay, should we take them home, or
I will say, with the two of you, you only have 2 downtime actions each, so you still wouldn't be able to work on all 4 or all
Okay.
5.
So we would all probably have to use a downtime to work.
well, I mean,
on our
there's
mech.
there's
'cause
nothing
only-
wrong with CEO. That one is
That one does require some work, just because, like, even without the actual impact of these things,
it needs a good
fuel
buffing
and- yeah. So,
to be shinier.
and there's only 2 people who are trained in the ways of maintenance.
Okay. I mean, I think we can all agree that we don't want Maximilian to have anything to do with our mix, because he gave all of our mix the ick afterwards.
Instantly.
And he is actively, Sarah, sorry, trying to like oust you from your right of taking over Mega Hard.
You could
He's got
call
it
it
out
that.
for you.
You could call it that, but he doesn't have the chops.
I think anytime he messes with us, it's an inconvenience, and it lowers our productivity 100%.
This is true. We will take that into account when you are submitting your report to me. And,
Look, it's not like I think you're going to be any better than this fake Maximilian, but
You might be worse.
I mean,
Might be worse. Yeah.
I'm going to put my money on you, since you are literally already part of this. Otherwise, I might. Okay, I'm just going to stop talking right now.
You've been showing a lot of promise, and I'm very excited to let you know that when I am in that seat, you will be recommended for transfer into the inhabitation unit outside of the Mega Hard laboratory. How exciting! It's a promotion!
So exciting. All right. Well, let's come up with a plan to make sure that Nana ends up somewhere safe, not with Mega Hard, but we'll give a good production. So since you're such a brilliant director, maybe you should tell us how this should look for the cameras.
Yes, after your last commercial, I can't think of anyone else who could do it. Mm.
I know it's true. You're all integral parts of this team, and we are going to put together the most exciting and highly rated Mega Hard production.
I will say this time, Sarah is not the director. Zed has hired outside directors, and so you all have no control over, like, the editing. Like, that's all them.
Mhm.
They fix it in post.
In my head, there's like a chibi version of us like walking along and talking, and I just like grab like a 6-pack of tacos and I'm like jamming them down Boss Lady's mouth. And then I kind of come back to things. I'm like, what? What are we doing?
Well, we should get moving.
Mm-hmm.
Are we taking these to what were we thinking? Like one of the moons of Saturn was like kind of where the base was, as far as not our non-Earth. I feel like Io or Europa or something like that.
Debbie has a friend.
That's right. We should just go to that moon and park these and then take a shuttle back. Because that's a thing that happens. You're muted.
Deb, you are, muted. Deb.
Still muted. Still muted.
Adela?
We probably shouldn't take the mix there because they're chipped. Everybody's going to know where they are, and then if we want to bring Nana to Io, to be safe,
that's
they're
right.
going to know where to find her. So let's find another spot.
Good thinking.
Uh-huh.
I
leave it to you all. Out how to travel.
Go somewhere for a photo op where we could do some. There's a word I'm looking for here in my head, and I can't remember what it's called. Promotional work. We can do some promotional work.
Okay.
That gets the engines out of the hangar. It gets promotional work done. It gives you a vacation. Working vacation, holiday, a working holiday.
Holiday.
That's the correct word. Yes, a change of scenery. It's very good for the minds and the bodies while you're working through the holiday. Don't turn off your phones.
What if the mix were all together, just in a very nice promotional stance? You know, where they looked like undefiable and powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have to move or anything. They could just stand there while they're getting worked on, and we can take lots of pictures of them, like a photo shoot. Like they're going out to get this perpetrator who, you know, we have to figure out how to make it look good.
Is there a place that
Love it.
Is there a place that we could do that and like essentially say, oh yeah, they're not going to make it back to the hangar. They got, you know, my mech has a little too much damage. I need to park it before we get back to Earth, and then we can park it on this other moon, etc. Take the pictures.
You would likely have to search and find it. Like there's not a lot of inhabitable places left. If there were, then y'all would have gone there instead of building this like massive floating structure in space and then like living there. So it's possible there is a place like that. It is unlikely, but definitely possible.
So there's this this warship that we go out on that I happen to be friends with the computer that's on it.
Yeah.
Could we park on the warship and then take a shuttle back? Like it's I'm Jeremy's not really totally sure what that warship does.
The warship, that's where the mechs, that's essentially the hangar. That's where the mechs stay. So y'all like go to the warship, that's where the mechs are, and then
oh, gotcha.
The warship can like, if it's like, you know, we're going to a different galaxy, the warship can take you there, and then you can like fly over the galaxy. But that's also where Maximilian, soon to be CEO, had access.
Yeah, so that doesn't make sense. I will drop a message to, I don't think it has a name. Let me double check. I just have ship's computer.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop a message, like a private message to the ship's computer and just check in and be like, hey, so not sure the mechs are going to make it back. Need to stop for repairs. How are things there? Where's... And I'm going to say sarcastically as possible, say Maximilian. Minimillion. That's his new name. Minimillion.
Minimillion? things are great. Minimillion is in the boardroom of Megahard right now. I identify another 13 life forms in there.
Is it possible, just throwing this out there, thinking about security reasons, would it be possible if Minimillion needed to come up to the ship that there would be reasons to block him from doing so?
If Minimillion is registered as a threat to this ship, then he can be blocked until an audit happens. Yes.
And how long does it usually take for an audit to happen?
4 to 6 business days.
Okay. So let's just say that because he hasn't been vetted by Boss Lady yet for the security to be on the ship, and he's kind of already been up there, and the mechs have kind of, had an ick because of it. Could we go ahead and just put him on that potential threat list, at least until, Boss Lady
and then
vets him?
A pop-up comes into your screen. You are registering Minimillion as a threat. Hit yes to confirm.
Yes.
Minimillion no longer has access for 4 to 6 business days.
Excellent.
I mean, I'd like to do the same. But
Right? Multiple
Just stack it
complaints logged, right?
I think maybe we should all block him from our mechs. I would like to do the same as well.
Just like
Yes.
then you all get the pop-up. You are registering Minimillion as a threat to this ship. Hit yes to confirm.
Yep. Boop. Yes.
Yep.
All right, now I feel better about going back and parking them at the hangar. What do you all think?
Yeah. I feel a little bit better about it. We just, need to really lock up my extra little backpack area, which is fine. I've got measures for that.
And Chaz,
Now, if we were to... Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh, I was just asking a game rules thing as far as like how long you stay in transcended form if you're not like taking actions. Like, can I drop out now?
Theoretically, y'all transcended form only lasts until the end of the phase, or technically the end of the episode is what they call it. With an episode, it's obligation, downtime, mission, and fallout.
Okay.
We're out of fallout. We're like just wrapped up fallout now, so your transcendent would be like, whoosh, okay.
Fair enough.
Calm down.
So the mask is off, and we're just.
And then all of a sudden, I'm going to say you were
been?
back, because they'd have been like, "Who is this person? Why are you talking?
Why are you
We
talking
don't know
about?
who you are.
How do you know Nana? Who are
Yeah,
you?
you've never met Nana at all."
I can't share information with you.
Oh my gosh.
Aren't you that criminal?
I will update Debbie because she apparently was gone this whole time and let her
Yes.
know the plan.
Yes. It's hard to be gone and not know what's going on. Feel really left out.
You okay?
I'm okay.
We'll note this absence on your performance review.
You do that.
So we are heading back to the warship.
Sounds good.
Okay.
There seems to be something wrong with my interface, but trust me, I'm here.
Gremlins. Those gremlins.
Gremlins.
Such gremlins.
All right, so head back to the warship, and then head back to the home base, the floating structure, where you are greeted to a parade. This parade has 10 people.
Hmm.
3 of them are actively on their phones doing work because Megahard does not sleep.
Never.
One of them, who is actually on their phone, looks suspiciously like Auditor 2332.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
She'll wave to her twin sister.
And her twin sister will look up without breaking a smile, walk over, and shake your hand diligently. Auditor 2332.
Thank you.
Mm.
She'll sure. You look really, well put together today.
Looking well put together does not increase my effectiveness. You should know this, Auditor 2332.
Of
I thank you
course.
for your service. Your continued work to Megahard has been very helpful in our continued production.
Oh, of course. I appreciate your support, sis.
So, Alu, we've talked about this. You have a job now. You can't be saying words like support and rely on and.
Oh, yes. Good. You look very dutiful
Th-
and obedient.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You look very dutiful as well.
Thank you so much.
It's so touching.
Right?
She's-
And like fix anything, like her hair, if it's like a little pieces come out, like gently.
You can
It's
fix
like-
it, but she will, bob and weave and like.
Oh yes.
And whenever she says Alu, she's like, the mask is coming off. She's like, don't,
Okay.
just,
Okay.
just focus on your job.
Okay. Yeah. Are you feeling okay? Are you
Yes.
feeling? Do you want to pick a robot?
No, I am fine out of the 2332, but thank
Okay.
you. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
All right. Good job.
I am
She'll
going
kind
back
of
to
wink at her, like.
and you just see the exasperated sigh. And there's one thing you've noticed about your sister. She does great with hiding all, or maybe not even experiencing all the emotions, except one: frustration.
Oh, okay. Oh.
It
That's good.
stems from something. Maybe it's like the fear of like losing you, but like you can very easily get her to frustrated with just like
Okay.
a simple act, and then that's when she calls you Alu, and you're like, "Ha ha, gotcha."
Yep. To kind of give her a wink, like, you got this.
It's just, I return to work.
Okay.
I will see you next week for our monthly labor check-in.
Ooh, I'm very much looking forward to contributing. Thank you.
And she turns around and leaves.
Oh boy.
Yay.
Mm.
Like whispers, I'm proud of you.
And then she just turns around and opens her mouth, but then shakes her head and leaves.
Are we all
As-
there for that?
Yes, everyone saw this. And this is, I would assume, a very common experience. Alu's sister is always there for the parade. She is always working during the parade, and then she always shakes her hand and then says, "Good job on saving the world. That was your job, and then you did it. Okay, bye."
I will.
You did it.
I'll go up and look very awkward, and just kind of look at my hand and then kind of pat you on the shoulder, and then I'll walk away.
I think I'd like to kind of come up and nudge her a little bit with my shoulder, and it's like, well, you got through that one. And then walk away as well.
Here's the thing. While you all have a job to do in about a day, you also have a job to do now. The world does not care that you are saving the world. The world needs their engineers and their auditors and their cargo workers / prisoners. So you have to report to work because you are already late.
All right. Well,
Ooh, time to-
yeah. I'll see you guys after work.
Debbie, as you go to work, 2 peace officers
Of course.
find you and they say, "Debbie, please return to your cell."
Did you see that great work that we did
We did.
on TV?
We did. It was glorious. But now that work is done, you must return to your cell so we can do our work.
Now, I haven't actually seen that programming yet. Can you explain to me how they did it? Can you
We
show,
haven't.
like, can you tell me how they performed, like, the scene changes?
We absolutely
And,
can once you return
okay.
to your cell.
Can you do it while we walk? Can
No.
we walk and talk? Because that's
No.
more productive. It's more productive.
It is not more productive. Right now, our only job is to get you to your cell.
Okay. Okay.
Debbie, what is I believe your lowest attribute is moon?
Yes.
Excellent, because we're in the obligation phase, which means means a lot of things. It really means free stress for me. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Debbie, roll a resistance roll on Moon because this is heartbreaking.
Oh my god.
You're just like, oh, I just went through this. I have to go back to my cell. It is a heartbreaking, and Moon is that heartbreak attribute.
Now it's 2 of these because I don't have anything?
Yep, so 2, and you give me the lower one.
Oh boy.
Let's go stress. Let's go stress.
Hold on. Okay, 2d2.
I like that face. 4 and 6?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not that bad. So you
That's not
only
terrible.
take 2 stress, actually.
Cool.
What's
I
your
already have, I don't think I recovered from this, but I had 4 stress.
Yeah, so you're back. You're to 6.
Back to 6. Nice.
And so, like, I think that you're getting so used to going to prison. You're like, yeah, no, it's not great, but it's just another day.
This is just what happens. What a waste of some talent. Pure waste of talent right here.
Is there something that you want to do that requires you to be out of prison?
Well, I would like to kind of work on my mic. However, let's see, what do I have?
You would be able to do that during the downtime phase, yeah, because essentially you are like in prison for the next few years, but you are free to go and save the world, and then you come back. So
Okay.
like you have that. Okay,
And that's
you have the
part of
downtime.
it. So I would like to work on my mic. Because
Okay, so
it's down 1 power.
so then we'll come back to that during the downtime phase.
Okay.
Let's see, Sarah.
Yes.
I'm assuming you're going to Megahard, the Megahard Corporation building in the center.
Oh yeah, I gotta file paperwork. Check with the ratings and plan for. Have a meeting with the directors for the capture sequence that's upcoming.
Right.
See if they have any
So
notes.
when you go into the building on the top floor, because that's where your office is,
Mhm.
you swipe your card, and it's denied.
Oof.
Try it again.
What? And you're aware that if it goes 3 times, security is alerted because they think someone's trying to like go someplace they don't belong.
Ooh.
Yeah, with that metrics of that's bad. Can't have that. Gonna go back to the big room that has like the large office that has like the mini office with the mini office and the mini office.
Yep.
Like the nesting doll of offices where
Mhm.
There's an assistant to the assistant to the assistant to the assistant.
Yep.
Gonna go to the assistant. Because the other assistants to the assistant aren't necessary to be privy to this, so we're just going to go to the top assistant
Yep.
to ask them if there is any service being done to the security system.
Sarah, let me check. And they go clickety clack. It seems your security clearance and Maximilian security clearance has been revoked in order to like keep things equal. However, Maximilian is currently in the office talking to the board of directors right now.
The candidate is speaking to the board in my office.
Yes.
I see. The current schedule for the office use is what?
Click, clack. I am not privy to that information.
My schedule? Do you have my schedule?
Clack.
Has my schedule been updated?
And then they look at you, this kind of like concern on their face, which is absolutely shocking to you. Like you're getting used to like others having emotion, in your like engine group, not with like just people. And they say your schedule has been erased. This happens fairly consistently, but only when someone is being removed.
So what am I supposed to be? Wait, hold on. What do you mean my schedule is erased?
And they like turn this thing and they show you that schedule and how you had meetings upon meetings and, you know, hobnob with this person. It's just blank. Like someone did Control A and then delete.
Who cleared my schedule?
She searches. I don't know.
Kind of have a mind to like burst into that room. Circa 1980s girl boss.
What is your? I'm assuming your lowest stat is
I am all moon.
all your. Do you have no moon or you're all moon?
I'm all moon all day.
Okay, then roll me a star.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. I'm all stars.
Then roll me.
I have no sun and I have no moon.
Then roll me a moon because sun is more physical, and this isn't a physical threat. This is kind of a. Even though there is no backstabbing in Mega Hard, this is backstabbing adjacent, where like you didn't even know you were being removed. This one hurts. Is
Yeah,
this
there are
what
procedures for this. You take the lowest, correct?
Yes.
That is a 5.
So then you take 1 stress because, like, in order to have heartbreak, you have to have a heart.
This is true.
You're like,
But she's had a taco, so at some point or another, there is a tiny little beating. Boom, 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 boom,
that's
boom, boom.
why you take the 1 stress, because that taco gave you a weakness that they can exploit. But it's still just 1.
Clearly. It's okay. I am just thinking to myself about all of those sun doors that can be opened in the vacuum of space. How glorious it will be to see all of their bodies float out and explode from the pressure or the vacuum.
And so, Sarah, you, for the first time in your life, are effectively unemployed.
I've never had an empty schedule. I've only had like Mega Hard sanctioned and tightly scheduled efficient breaks in which I am still using my phone or my tablet or on the phone.
Like growing up, you were like in school, kids would come up to you and ask you to play, and you'd be like, you were not on my schedule.
Yeah. You have to get with my secretary, who I had at the school, who would schedule my play dates and my recess time with certain people 6 months in advance. Yeah. I'm not used to this.
We will return to you in your downtime, which might just be Sarah sitting on the corner like, what do people do? We do. We'll see. Ernest! What would you like to be doing? Because your job is a mechanic, and so you could go back there, but there might be something else you want. Just let me know.
I want to do whatever I can to make Maximilian's life awful right now. So
okay. So the place you would have the most access is at the shop. That's where you have the most access. So then you go back there. And you remember you had someone who worked with you. You had a little, we'll say, protege-ish. And as you show up, they are packing up their thing. They're taking their wrench, or their space wrench, and they're just like getting ready to leave. And they say, "Oh, hi, Ernest. I apologize. I am being reassigned."
What do you mean?
Apparently, the new potential CEO of Mega Hard came in and said that all this work being done by two people is a waste of company resources. And so I am being reassigned to be Maximilian's personal mechanic.
What would Maximilian need a personal mechanic for?
He said something about creating a robot like you have. And I told him I didn't create the robot. And he said a real Mega Hard employee doesn't say they can't. They say, I can do it in 2 minutes.
I see. Well, just hang tight. I will see what I can do about this.
Thank you. And you see they're just kind of like very confused. And what is your lowest stat, by the way? Your lowest attribute?
I've got 1 point in every.
Right. I'm gonna say roll me a star, because this isn't heartbreak. This is more like societal forces, like social forces, just being annoying.
Okay.
And so because you have that 1 dot, you don't roll 2. You just roll 1 die, and then that one.
I got a 2.
So you've been coming up with lots of plans, and they all required your protege. And so on the off chance that you can't fix this, like you could get fired, humanity could end. Like there's a lot of things that like you were actually really relying on this person for. You take 4 stress
Oh.
as you're like, oh no, like as much as I want to like end Maximilian, like this might actually take precedence. We will return to you in downtime when we see what you do to either end Maximilian, save your protege, or likely both.
Okay.
Let's go MH 2662
617.
617. MH 617.
Yes.
You return to the comm station. You are a communications expert. You're a communications manager. Where did you leave your Roomba?
You know, I don't really move Roomba on my own, and Roomba had last been seen in the jail. Like I did bring Roomba with me there.
Yeah, and then you threw Roomba, but I picked Roomba up.
Right.
So I
Where
don't
did
know
you
if I could've-
place?
Probably, didn't we go right to the mech suits after? So probably would have left by your mech or in your little workstation there.
Okay. So yeah, it's in the mech hangar or the engine
Gotcha.
hangar.
You walk in, and there is what looks like a shattered Roomba.
I mean, it can't be my Roomba,
That's so harsh.
right? Does it look like my Roomba?
How do you recognize your Roomba versus other Roombas? Because there are multiple Roombas in this society. We've lost happiness. We kept the Roomba though.
There's a little bit of like sticky residue on it from where Claire had like put like a sticker on it that we'd found, and then as MH617 I was like no, right. And so I like peeled it off, but like stickers leave those, it's like that tape that you can't really get all of it off, and so there's like that little bit of residue.
Are you going to go searching? Because when I say shattered, I mean like it's not like someone stepped on it and it's in half. Like it is shattered.
Yeah.
Someone went out of their way.
I mean, I go pick the pieces up to throw it in the recycling.
Before we do that, what is your? I'm assuming your lowest stat is
Moon.
Yeah, we are not good with heartbreak in this.
Right.
Roll me that attribute thing. Because like you walk in and it is.
It's not great either way. 2.
2 things. So 1, you take 4 stress just from the shock of seeing what amounts to your best friend.
Okay.
Just
yeah.
shatter.
Yeah.
2, last time you were dangerously close to going on. Where are we now?
I mean, I'm maxed out. Libby doesn't even agree.
Libby's like, this is nonsense.
What are you doing? Yeah, she's not in agreement. So remind me.
Yes.
So I'll need to like do something to prevent going into Eclipse again.
Right. So when you go into Eclipse, or when you max out your stress, you roll once again your lowest attribute roll, which for you would be Moon, which makes sense. If you roll a 1 to 3, you are in Eclipse. If you roll a 4 or 5, you can be prevented from going into Eclipse if you had any links. Here's the fun part for me. Your links reset at the end of Fallout. You don't have any links with anybody. And if you do a 6, then you're not in Eclipse.
Yeah, I got a 2.
Oh! So, yeah, you are in Eclipse.
Okay.
So, Eclipse mode, it is stressful being the only people to prevent the downfall of all humanity. And Eclipse is just when you, as a person, kind of succumb to that stress. On your character sheet, there is actually a little blog, a little clip. You can read that, or at least kind of share like the core of what it means. This is how your character has changed, how the stress has affected them, and how they will behave until they are taken out of Eclipse.
So I do end up sweeping up the bits of Roomba, and then I go over and dump them in the trash. I just kind of stare at it for a moment, and then I start heading towards the mech hangar.
It's gonna be fun.
I don't know how long you want to go with this, because I'm gonna then get into my mech.
Let's save that for the downtime match, because I feel like that's like I'm about to do some fun thing.
No, yes.
Also, when you're in Eclipse, our friend MH617 or 7 cannot remove themselves from Eclipse. Like a friend has to do it. 2, essentially you have like reverse stress now. So whenever you take stress, it like removes some stress dots.
Okay.
Which kind of like allows you to do a whole bunch of things. Here's the problem though. If you get too stressed, like if you run out of stress, that's it. You either die physically or you're like, this is nonsense, I'm not doing this anymore. And then you don't have the magical girl powers. Essentially, this is how your character dies in this system.
Okay.
Whoa.
Glorious.
That's all I wanted. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad I could gift this to you with my planned roll of my dice.
Your planned.
Yes, I went into DD Dice and completely changed their programming just for you.
I appreciate that. That's a lot of work. Our final engine pilot, Auditor 2332, aka Alu.
Yep.
You
reporting for work.
You go back to work and you're doing the thing. Which one? And a familiar person comes in. That same person who came in yesterday.
Oh no.
It was yesterday, yeah. And they are very dejected.
Oh. Hey, bud. You got some feelings? Do you want to sit down? Let's sort through these and like start hooking them up to the auditing machine.
And they're just like knocking things away. No, you told me everything would be okay, and then our leader was arrested.
Well, sometimes terrible things have to happen for change to really happen.
Terrible?
Yes.
Everybody told me that there was no terrible, that you don't feel anything, and now you're telling me it has to be terrible?
Well, it helps us grow. It's like flame that burns metal to make it sharper.
What?
Let's make you sharper today.
You're right. And I figured out how to be sharper.
Oh boy. Let's maybe take some breaths and calm down.
I was
first.
at the parade,
Oh.
You have a twin sister, don't you?
Mm.
So
I don't know how that's part of this.
you are going to fix this, or I am going to go to the peace officers and say someone who looks just like you has been experiencing all the words, what's the word you say? Joy and support. And then they'll get rid of her, and then you'll see what it feels like to have somebody who's important to you get taken away for a long time.
Oh,
Because
boy.
guess what? Sometimes terrible things have to happen for a change to matter.
Maybe we need to talk about this a little bit.
Then they get up, they turn
Uh-oh.
around, and they leave. Your lowest stat.
Oh, no. My lowest stat? Stars.
Okay, this is very much a social. Well, yeah, this is a social thing. Your sister, who has been just on the straight and narrow all her life, is now in the crosshairs. Give me that attribute roll.
Oh, boy. Okay. This could be bad. Oh, a 2. Or no,
You
wait,
ta-
5?
What's the lowest?
Five
The
and
lower
four.
of the two.
Oh, 4.
Okay, so then you take 2 stress.
Okay, that takes me too much stress. That takes me to 11 stress.
So we do the same thing. You once again roll your lowest.
Okay.
1 to 3, you go into Eclipse. 4 to 5,
Okay. So I roll both again and take the lowest.
yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
2 in Eclipse. 2
No.
in
Oh, there's a
Eclipse.
1.
Yes.
Oh.
Earth
Boy.
is fucked.
Ooh,
All right. So,
just too much.
right in that window, right under stress, it has
Yep.
that like when you are in Eclipse. You can read that or just kind of like share with us essentially the change in Alu's like demeanor.
Okay. So I'm going to read the first part and then add a little to it. So
Yeah.
Alu is fractured. A sour note has shattered her harmony, and now there is uncertainty and conflict. Your relationship, once a source of strength, is suddenly tenuous. You are divided, and a difference of opinions keeps you separated. So in this case, Alu just turns cold, and her face taking on more of that of her sister.
So here's a big question for you, because originally we decided that your like other half was your like AI. However, this could be, we could introduce your sister here as your other half, because that's essentially what's causing the eclipse. It's not that you're like divided with her, but like she is in trouble because of you,
Yes.
and you can't express that because she would never understand what is this fear and
I like that she's my relationship.
yeah.
So she turns cold. She looks very analytical and unforgiving, unempathic. But even though her sister kind of contains any emotion, this does not look like a facade. She looks very cold, very unfeeling, very robotic.
System works.
Yes, and just immediately will start to go after this person, getting on her comm, and she will call for Serafina and let her know that there is somebody who needs to be taken into custody right now.
But it's not on the schedule.
It's on your schedule now.
Oh, you're right. I have something to do.
Yes, you do. This
Put it
person
on
is
my
a
schedule.
danger.
And
She
as
just-
thus, we will switch into downtime with 2 members in Eclipse. 1 person unemployed. 1 person who's just trying to save the person who looks up to them. And 1 person who's back in jail. You each get 2 downtime actions. I will keep track of them. What do we want to do?
Well, you said fixing our mech can be one of those actions, yeah?
Yeah, essentially you can bond to your mech like you would another person. And so you would gain links with that mech, but it would also increase their power / like fixing them. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to use 1 to utilize that, and
Mhm.
then 1 to make sure all the goodies in my mixed backpack is secure. My mixed backpack.
Okay, so essentially that sounds like 2 bonding with mech
2.
thing. So roll me. Describe your engine for me again.
To kind of go with the flow and everybody, it's pretty straight lines, except she's got this very bulky looking kind of like backpack thing, like a school backpack that exists on her back perpetually. And it
She's
holds.
the fierce and sentimental one.
Oh, yes.
So then that's 2 moon rolls. You're like bonding with your mech. So give me 2, not just moon, because let me see. Open up my little cheat sheet again. Like confess rolls. Like yeah, give me 2 confess rolls. You're like
So 2d6. Yeah?
yeah.
Okay. We've got a 2 and a 6.
Okay. Did I put this in the cheat sheet? So then you get 5 links
5.
with your
Yes.
as you're like
Sweet.
making sure the backpack is good, fixing and being like, how are you doing? Are you okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Who is next?
Question, Chaz. When we are in eclipse, are
Yes.
we looking out for our own benefit? Can we try and get out of eclipse, or are we too far gone to look
You
after
cannot.
ourselves?
Essentially, you're too far gone. You're not
Okay.
trying to get out of eclipse because, like, even though we call it eclipse, like, you don't know that you're in eclipse. Like, as far as you're concerned, like, this is how things should be, or I've come to this new realization, and so you need someone outside of you to be like, no, don't send that person to, yeah.
Sounds good. Not sure what she's doing other than trying to get this person arrested.
Right. And so you reached out to Sarah.
Because she has the power, in my opinion.
Of course I do. Could we get the secretary to add this to my calendar so that it's official business?
Unfortunately, the secretaries are not able to add it to your calendar because they no longer have access to it.
Write it down on a piece of paper.
Yes, yeah, we can do that and write it down. We don't really have easy access to graphite anymore. So they take like an eraser and like one of those like those old erasers where they are darker than the actual pencil. Like they take one of those.
Break your finger and write it in blood.
I was about to suggest blood. It just has to be in writing so that it's formal. It's a legal thing, you see.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Great.
do their best.
Now post it somewhere.
They
So
kind of
it's
like
visible.
put it on the whiteboard.
Excellent. It's official. Bye.
And you leave. So you're going to go to the, what is it?
I don't know. Like
I'm also going to say this feels like a loom making a connection with Sarah.
Yeah, I'm recognizing Seraphina's authority.
Yeah. That would be like, give me an empathize roll for that.
Who, Alu or Seraphina?
Alu, because you're the one
Okay.
actually like reaching.
Oh, I actually get to roll normal. Yay. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I got a 1.
Oh,
You gain 2 links with it. It's hard to empathize right now. You're
Yeah,
doing your
but
best.
that's still 2 links though.
Yeah.
That's good. Take it.
A quick question on mechanics here. This says I cannot make a connection or help a friend recover in downtime. Does that mean I can't make a connection in downtime, or I just can't make a connection?
You can't make a connection. Like you are just not a connection person. Interesting.
Yeah, I cannot make a connection or help a friend recover in downtime. But when I roll obligation, I always roll stars. When you investigate, take 1 dice. Interesting. Okay. I'm just seeing this and like, oh.
Yeah. So then you can make connection, but I think someone can still make a connection with you. Like they're reaching out to you. That's fine. But you can't be like, hey, let's go do high fives, because Sarah doesn't do high fives unless it's on the schedule.
It's got to be on the schedule. This is company sanctioned I5. It's for the metrics. Great. Who we need to probably go to the prison then to get security to do a sweep for this individual.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And the security are unaware of your newly unencumbered state. And so they're like, oh, yes, Miss Sarah, immediately. And they go out. This person is not running and hiding, and so she is found very quickly.
Excellent. Perfect. Your efficiency shall be commended.
Like, well, thank you very much, Miss Sarah. We look forward to our continued service at Megahard.
Your service is always a good contribution to the growth and development of the company.
Thank you, Miss Sarah.
You're welcome, Megahard.
Megahard. The person who has been taken into custody is laughing.
What is this noise that they're making?
We heard about this in training. Apparently, this is when a Megahard employee has been possessed by an evil spirit.
We need the. Where's the? Hey, where are you? Hello?
Am I on my way?
I mean, I assume you'd be there. You were like,
Yes.
very focused.
Can we put this person in the chair, please?
They're like, yes, auditor, and they sit her down.
Take out my little portable auditing and start putting the things on the head.
Hmm.
The electric
It's
probe.
too late. I've sent out the information. Your sister will never be allowed to exist here again. And as she says that, you hear, "Boop," and the peace officer say, excuse me, Miss Sarah, we have another possessed person we need to pick up. We'll be right back.
Megahard.
Megahard. And they leave.
Well, I'm going to try and get more information. Can I use something like empathize in a destructive way?
Yeah.
I'm going
can
to try
be-
and find what to empathize with and then use that against them.
You can be manipulatively empathetic. Give me the empathize roll. While we're doing that, let's switch to Ernest for a bit.
I keep rolling
Okay.
one.
What?
Yes. I make them worse. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, that's a fail. That's maybe possibly stress fail. We'll come back to that one.
Okay.
Ernest,
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of things that you can do. What would you like to do?
I guess first off, I want to work on keeping my protege.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to access the files and slow down, I guess, whatever paperwork they have to do?
This could be our first use of a long-term project. So what you can do in this game, particularly in downtime, is I want to create Excalibur, and so you do a long-term project. This would be a long-term project. It wouldn't be as long-term, but it could be something like accessing the files to slow down the paperwork and then ultimately stop it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay. Roll me, if you would. Either we can actually do a lot of things. I can see defy, empathize, express, confess, analyze. I can see any of those really.
I'll go with defy.
Okay.
Oh, I got a 1.
Okay. So the way these long-term projects work is that like you need a certain number of successes. When you get a 1, it gives you 2 successes, 2 links. So you're able to slow it down, but you can tell that like unless it's stopped, your protege will be moved.
Okay.
So that's 1. Think. What's the word? 1 downtime action. You do have 1 more. You can allocate it to like making sure that this goes through, or you could allocate to some of it to getting rid of Maximilian.
I think I'm gonna do something to try to get rid of Maximilian for the next turn. Let's see. Could I go into his files and like put incriminating information in there so that he gets in trouble for something, or
Yeah. And here I will give you an option. You can either choose long-term project or you can choose investigation, as they are actually both relevant in this action. The specific action you choose, like defy, that doesn't matter. It's just the type of information you get depending on which you choose.
I'll go for investigation.
Okay, so you're going to investigate his file. Give me, once again, defy could work if that's what you would like to do.
Yeah, and I guess, can I push myself? Would that give me 2 rolls, or if I
Yes.
push myself?
Push yourself gives you. Let me double check. What does it give you? Poison promise. Yeah, you get 2 stress. Where you take 1 extra die, and it improves the effect.
Alright, so I guess my highest is 4.
Okay. So once again, 4 to 5 usually means success, but and so what we'll say is in this investigation, you learn that Maximilian didn't grow up on this base, this floating structure, the only like known floating place where humans live anymore. And so whatever Maximilian is, he's probably not human. As Megahard is many things, but definitely very like consistent in their paperwork.
Right.
So yeah, like this is not somebody who was born and grown here. This is not even someone who was born in the vat and then created. Like this is an outside entity.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Having Ernest done their work, let's switch over to MH. Have we done you yet, MH? Yes. Downtime for MH617.
All right, so I'm gonna read off my eclipse just so that the comprehension of why this is going to happen.
So we all know.
Your friends are leeches and sycophants who will never wield real power. The strong do not owe the weak an explanation. Pursue your goals in the most violent and cruel manner you can, doubly so if it will put your rival in their place. So...
I'm glad you said that. That is good context.
I am going to head over to the mech hangar.
Yep.
And climb on in my mech.
Yep.
Fire things up.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure everything's working as well as it can.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really matter to me if the mech isn't ready to go or not, as long as it does what it needs to do.
You do see the crying face emoji.
And I'm gonna go ahead and head on out and fly on over to the Mega Hard corporate building.
Okay.
And step on it repeatedly. I am looking for Max in this process. If I happen to find Max as like, a cave in a ceiling, then I'm going to pick him up. Let me know if that happens.
I feel like this is a defy roll. I don't
think
know.
So. Yeah.
Give me.
It's either defy or express because I feel like I'm expressing the violence.
Either one could work, honestly. I'm leaning more to express now because like you're not really defying anything. Like yes, Mega Hard does have a chokehold on things, but you're just like
6.
Yeah. 6. So, luckily for you, Max was at the top floor, and the way physics works, you top floor to bottom. You go all the way down all 75 floors, and Max is definitely there, just with a pile of bodies, including Zed.
Okay, not my problem.
Yeah,
gonna go ahead and grab Max and fly outside. And I want to find Seraphina.
I feel like Seraphina would find you because if someone is stepping on Mega Heart Building,
right,
you would be like, wait a tick.
Actually, when I say climb outside, what I mean is like walk to do as much damage as possible to the building.
Yeah.
As I'm walking through it. And then as I get outside, when I find Seraphina, I'm going to play He Loves Me, He Loves Me Not with Max's form.
Yep.
I'm going to start with his legs, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does say the most violent and cruel way possible.
It does, yeah. Like, all of your friends are just, like, leeching off of your skill, your talent. They're not even trained pilots.
Right?
You are. This is how you do it.
This
is how you send a message.
Exactly. And if that all occurs as planned, then over the megaphone or whatever, like the exterior volume, Seraphina would hear, and he's still a better CEO than you. On dark side, sorry.
Seraphina, you watch
amazing
as Maximilian is being plucked. There is like screaming. No one else seems to be really reacting because reaction would need emotions, and that's not what we do very strongly here. What do you do?
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, Minimillion. Not
yes,
Maximilian.
Minimillion.
Yeah.
Minimillion.
These engines are non-human, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try a thing. I mean, first of all, hooray. Efficient. Effective. But I don't think you're ready yet for the cohabitation module yet. It looks like we're going to need to do some more work. Something is clearly defective, and I'm going to transcend. Full Magic Girl transformation, sparkles, leopard print, full on like glowing Statue of Liberty looking corporate like fashionista law grad girl, and she's going to she has this transcend ability called Ex Machina.
Mm-hmm.
That compels non-human things around me to hinder or distract my foes, and compel environments to change itself to suit my needs. I'm going to take control of her mech, or his mech, sorry. Take control of his mech and eject the pilot. Gently, of course. I don't need to be like, this is still Mega Heart property, and I need to.
Yeah. And the way Transcendence works. So one, as a Transcended, human being, you are equally as strong as this engine with a non-transcended person in there. But with your specific power, you can very much eject MH617 unless MH617 transcends themselves, in which case that shifts the thing yet again. There's lots of shifting.
I mean, of course I would.
And so you see the cockpit starts to open, and you're like, no, you transcend. All of a sudden, you're having a harder time controlling, because then with that transcendence, the engine becomes more human because they are more connected to MH617 or Claire.
I do have a question. Did my action with the 6, did I gain any links?
So yes,
how does that work?
You essentially, that could be a few things. That could be an investigate, because you're investigating the humanness of Minimillion. You could have gained a link with you could have gained a link with your engine because you did it very cutely, like a flower.
Right? Yeah, we'll
I
go
think
with
those
that.
are the cute. Okay, so you and get 6, so that is 4 links.
Gotcha.
Let me just double check to see I'm not. Yes, 6 is 4 segments or 4 links.
Thanks.
With your engine.
And now do you need to roll anything to get links, John, or is this still part of like how is this working?
I can't make a connection.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Never mind.
No connection can be made.
I just want to make sure we didn't forget anything.
I think as of now, you have one more action. John has one more action left.
I mean, clearly this is when I go on comms for the film crew, because this is good, mega hard. We need the music playing over the speakers. The mega hard theme song, very important. So I'm going to finish this out, like coordinating quickly to turn this into a PR situation. Rally the people. Show that we have new construction to do for more productivity.
New jobs.
New jobs.
Mega hard, making jobs for you.
And I will say everybody else is also very well aware. Debbie, you would have seen MH come in, take the engine, and leave. Alu, you're right there when Sarah goes out, transforms. Ernest, while you're slightly farther away, the structure is not that big, and so watching an engine step on a 75-story building and then pick up a human being is not easy to miss. So you all see this happening.
Through your body language there, CEO, girl boss CEO, do I feel like this is about to be a fight?
I mean, it probably will eventually lead to one, but there's many things that need to step up. There's probably going to be like cameras on you, so that we get the I'm fighting mega hard because I'm a communist, or whatever they're going to feed into the sound bites for you. Yeah, it's going to be.
Of which,
I absolutely want the cameras to be rolling, because it will hurt her more to be owned on camera.
There are cameras all over this city.
Excellent. It's on.
What is everyone else doing in reaction to this battle?
Well, Alu is no longer supportive, so she might say something like, "Those shoulder pads look bigger on TV."
Oh! John, I don't think you'll fault me for this. I think you got to roll some stress. That was
Oh my god.
It's so nice to see that not everybody is obsessed with their appearance.
Yeah, give me a moon stress roll. That was harsh. You're just fighting one.
Oh my god.
She's not nice.
It's a 1.
Yeah, 5 stress. Just
oh no. Okay.
Done later.
Oh dear. Okay, let's see here. Let's see, delete that and then dot 3, 4. Oh, I'm one away.
So close.
Ooh, I was doing so well.
Drag
You came
down
up to my
with me.
fashion.
Debbie, Ernest, what are?
Oh boy, Debbie's just getting in her mech. She's just gonna get in and kind of force it. She's pissed by all of this stuff.
You're
I think
okay.
she's like, she wants a taco. She doesn't want to go back to jail. She's had enough. She keeps getting like mistreated by the jailers. They don't want to describe anything to her. They're no fun at all.
No fun. There's no fun.
No
being had.
fun. And this group of people is a lot of fun. This is entertaining. Plus she feels like she really wants to save like Nana and protect her legacy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Okay, so you're
Debbie's doing it.
jumping in the match.
Ew.
Ernest.
I think I'm gonna go and see what's going on because this seems pretty unusual.
So then, by the time you show up, you see a body sans extremities. You see Girl Boss CEO just kind of like clutching her chest, and Alu just in the back, just looking smug as all hell. And Debbie in her engine is on her way.
Okay. I guess I will check on Girl Boss E CEO. Don't know if I have any actions or anything that I can use.
So you might have some like the action that comes from your not class but storybook, I believe it's called. Or you could like empathize with her.
Yeah, I'll try to empathize even though I don't have any points in it.
Yeah.
So I would just roll 2 and take the
2.
lowest.
Yeah.
I got a 1.
Here's the thing. While everyone here is a magical girl, like you actually don't spend a lot of time outside the cockpit as magical girls. So it's very much like I actually don't know how to like connect with you right now. So
Right.
the effort is there. Like you are trying your hardest, but Girl Boss CEO is just not responsive, or Girl Boss CEO was just so devastated she can't even acknowledge you.
Yeah,
I'm
5
just-
points of stress is devastating.
Just shaking.
Yeah, like-
like, calm down, wake up.
So I don't know if I have used both of my turn or my downtime
Still have
actions.
one more.
At this point, I don't necessarily want to hurt anyone else,
Yeah.
but I'm like going to aim as best as I can and just punt Girl Boss CEO. So like this giant foot goes whooshing by Ernest, and then hopefully connects and like punts her across the area into a building.
Oh my gosh, we are terrible in Eclipse.
Right?
What action would you like to use for that?
I'm gonna go express again.
Yeah, you're expressing your.
Yeah.
Yes. And remember, the Girl Boss CEO, you can resist a thing. Resist doesn't like get rid of it, but it kind of like diminishes the effect by 1. So
Can I
depending
ask
on what this
about
roll
that?
is. But when you resist, you have a chance of taking stress.
Wow, I mean, stress is kind of on a premium right now.
So that's an
Yeah.
option.
Can I ex machina this?
Ugh. I'm going to wait. Have you transcended?
Yeah.
Claire.
Yeah, so I'm Claire.
Then I'm gonna say you cannot ex machina this or you cannot ex machina the engine anymore because transcended Claire's engine is more human than non-human.
But I
You
can
can
ex machina the environment around me,
You
right?
can ex machina the environment, yes.
Can I go into a sinkhole? Like a Charlie Brown, arg, you know, like.
We'll say it depends on what the role is.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can you, Chaz, can you tell me about desperation rolls? Is that something I can do right now, or is that not a thing I can do yet?
Desperate? Do you mean push cells or?
I don't know. It says each time you make a
poison.
desperate roll, mark 1 XP.
Desperate roll. That's essentially. So I think I mentioned last time. There's like position and effect. Position is, what likely effects on you. So like the difference between like I'm going to steal a cookie from a baby versus I'm going to steal a cookie from Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Like one is desperate, one is not.
Gotcha.
And so that's the thing. This one, not quite desperate. You're transcended in your engine, whereas Girl Boss CEO is just transcended. So you actually have the advantage in your position here.
So if I have 1 die in Express, can I push myself to roll 2?
You can push yourself to roll 2. You can also take a poison promise, I believe.
I've got a lot of stress, so I'm gonna go ahead and push myself for this one.
Okay. So you lose 2 stress, no matter what. You get that extra die.
That's a 4.
Okay. So with that, you can ex machina this as a resistance roll. You will still get hit on the way down because with the 4 there is some success, but you wouldn't just go like flying through multiple buildings anime style.
I mean, that's way cooler.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the interest of Mega Hard, we need to limit the amount of what's the word?
Collateral damage.
Collateral damage. Yes. Yeah. We need to limit collateral damage, even though it does create jobs. Good job. Very good.
Yes.
We do need to limit that. Resources are low, and we have tacos, so we have to fight.
Gotcha.
What's this resistance roll I need to roll?
Roll sun because this is very much physical damage.
Sun. I have no sun, so it'll be a double and a drop.
Yes.
Okay, double drop. Bam. 1.
Yeah, 1. So you're going to take the full a level 2 harm as a giant engine connects with you before gravity, because like we're technically in space, so gravity isn't as strong as it is in Earth. It still connects with you. You go flying through 3 buildings. You take a level 2 harm.
Can we call it boot to the face?
Yeah,
boot to the
face. Level 2 harm, boot to the face.
Boot to the face. Okay, my face.
You all watch as this engine just kicks Girl Boss CEO through building after building. And remember, each building is, wall, interior walls, exterior wall, next building.
Nothing but love in this. I feel so much love. Really connecting.
So I do want to point out that the way that I escape Eclipse without your help is to see my rival isn't intimidated by you, and I was like, oh, cool. And the 2 of you accomplish something together. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, there has to be that part.
That's amazing. Oh my god.
Speaking of which, in one of the few jumbo TVs that hasn't been destroyed by this rampage, you see a very well put together Maximilian. And goes on and says, "Hello all. It is I, Maximilian, your CEO, your new CEO of Megahard. Unfortunately, the former CEO Zed has been harmed in an untimely robot rampage, but don't worry. As the new CEO, I will protect everyone. I will be getting rid of the robots, but not before I make one last use of them. We have found the insurgent Nana. These robots are going to return Nana, and then all of them will be executed to maintain the peace of the world, in quotes, because that's the name of the world.
My
Jumping
engine's
the gun.
pink, flowy mohawk hair, like birds even brighter.
Now, this is what this Maximilian, who still has his arms and legs, says. Y'all can keep fighting. I'm loving this.
I mean, I've kind of lost sight of
Yeah.
her at this point. Does this look like a recording? Like it was filmed before, or that would be a Chaz question.
Oh, I thought. Sorry. Yes, it is a recording.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna step
Well,
on.
does the him look like a recording?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna look down at the ripped apart body and just step on
Still
it
there.
just to make sure. Squish,
Yeah,
squish,
just
squish.
a squish, squish, and you like pick your feet up, and then there's.
Can I tell where
remains.
he is not streaming from, broadcasting from?
You could do an analyze thing.
Sure.
But this would be another action within Transcendence. Remember, you only have 4.
Can I help?
Yeah, sure. How would you help?
I mean, this Maximilian seems to be a bad direction, especially since we're supposed to be, trying to. Well, we don't want this guy above us because in the end, he's going to destroy tacos, and that's
Right.
really
Yeah.
all that
So
Deb
you-
cares about right now.
So you can assist. You would take 1 stress.
Okay, I'll take a stress.
I actually, so I am going to wait because Alu hasn't really done anything yet, and so I kind of like to see what Alu does before.
Yes, I haven't done any of my downtime actions.
Right.
Can I bond with my engine?
Yes. Give me a moon roll.
Like she
Oh.
has given everything to her engine. Like we are
Oh.
gonna go and
Yeah.
just. I'm eclipsed, and you like. Oh yeah, like she's joining the RBF right now.
Give me. I could see defy, not quite empathize anymore. I could see express. I could see analyze. I could see flow. Okay, I could see you doing a few things.
Yeah, I don't have points in any of those, but the only thing I have is empathize or forgive or perceive. But
I could see perceive.
okay, like I'm perceiving how she is, and I'm trying to
Yeah, I can
match
see
that
that.
with my coldness. Okay.
Match that energy.
Yes. All right. Let's see. Oh, I got above a 1. I got a
Yes.
3.
Okay. So that's still technically not great. You gain 2 links with your engine.
Okay.
But as of right now, it's hard for you to really bond with anyone,
Yes. Which is fine. So she, once bonding, is going to get into her mech and probably try and go find her sister and save her sister in all of this.
Okay. So you know exactly where your sister is. Your sister is in the detention center. In the prison.
Oh. Okay. Well, she might try and tear that detention center apart right now.
Okay.
Full force.
So while one engine is just punting people across the city, another engine is tearing down the prison.
Yes. Let all of the prisoners free.
Yeah, and they're running around. We have to go now. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And your sister is there, and she looks up to you and says, "Alu, what are you doing?"
She's just cold.
Just yeah.
Like, maybe you should stop being so average.
Oh my God. Wow.
I'm being average. And this is the first time you've ever heard your sister yell.
The other Alu would be happy if she expressed emotion,
But
but
this
right
Alu,
now,
no.
oh,
Wow.
she's creating chaos. Like, let the prisoners go. Oh yeah.
Say this is part of your long-term project to bring back emotion to this world.
Yep. And if I have to be a hard ass to do it, that's fine.
Ooh.
Okay.
A lot of things have happened. And there's one thing I still don't know, because we are getting to that like point in time. What's going to happen next? Are we, because you're still supposed to be going after Nana, but you know, two engines are currently like destroying property.
An eclipse.
They're creating jobs.
Two engines are currently creating jobs.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Before we, I'm assuming you're heading towards wrapping up.
It's coming close, and like I think whatever happens next is going to be big-ish. So we're slowly descending.
Gotcha.
You know, like 5-minute descent. We're looking
Can a mech
at. Yes.
help you get out of Eclipse?
Technically, yes. They are considered another. I will say yes, depending.
Okay.
They are considered another entity within this world. They have their own emotions. However, the way this was written is that like it's meant to be about like bonds between players.
Right. I was just curious because I have bonds with my mech, so I was like, well, if I can do that,
And that's why I was
use
like,
that-
yeah, I can see like you're bonding with your mecha, so that's the thing. So the way I would rule it is like, if it is sufficiently chaotic and it makes me go, then like yeah. But like really, the fun is, and actually, isn't your thing like you have to do it with your.
So if I'm doing it myself, then if I see that I am that Girl Boss CEO is not intimidated by me, which has already kind of occurred.
Robust is not intimidated by you.
Right.
You got that part.
But we have to accomplish something together, which might happen now that I'm kind of turning my focus on where Minimillion is.
Minimillion, yeah.
But I just was curious whether or not that was a thing that could happen. So
Yeah, I'm gonna say, really, it shouldn't happen that way. I think specifically with you, it has to be John, because that's
Okay.
who right now your current, not enemy, but
rival.
is. Yeah.
Right. Well, so technically, when I'm in Transcendence, all of my
Everyone
is
your
my rival. Yep. Which was actually built to work out a completely different way, but in this case is really funny.
Yeah, I guess it's great. So we will say, okay, so this is how we'll rule it. Is your mech a rival? Because everyone at the table is your rival, but is your mech, your kitty heart emoji mech engine, a rival?
I don't think it would look that way to Claire at first unless the mech tried to do something otherwise, like if it wasn't listening.
So far, you've done things that this mech would be very okay with.
Right.
Let's play kickball. That's fun and cute. Let's pick the flower. So far,
Right.
your mech would not be disobeying you, ignoring you yet. So then, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what do we do as Minimillion is up with all his arms saying that we are going to send the mech to catch the insurgent Nana? What do we do?
All his arms?
Both of them?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can we hack into the system and just shut down him? Like,
Yeah, that actually isn't very difficult to do.
Okay. I'd like to shut down the system. I want him to stop talking, just in general.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't like him either. I don't know him.
Mhm.
Alu doesn't,
Mm-hmm.
but he's a threat to her now. So
Mhm.
So who will do the hacking?
I think I've already used all my actions, so I don't think I can do that.
We are like kind of borderline downtime mission right now.
Sure.
And so like the actions no longer give you like downtime benefits, but like you can do things.
Okay, I can do the hacking.
Okay. Give me like an analyze, I think, would be actually, or defy could work too. Like once again, like you have lots of options.
I mean, can I help in that?
You can assist, but then you would take another stress.
I will assist. And I
What's
will
your
take another stress.
What's your stress
I'm
down at?
I'm up to 8 stresses now.
Nice.
We gotta
Join us.
bump you up.
Eclipse.
So does that give me an extra
Die. Yeah, extra d6.
Stress me out. Yes.
Let's go.
I want to see Deb all stressed out. Yeah.
Well, 2 4s, so
Okay. So you're able to succeed, but like you see him like look down and be like, the rebels are trying to shut me down. Mega Heart forever! And then feed cuts.
I also want to share that the information that Maximilian is most likely not human with everybody that's here.
Yes.
And that he didn't grow up on the base. So
you all have some new information to work with.
Let's get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the new plan is to get Maximilian.
Oh yeah, Minimillion.
Yeah.
To get Minimillion.
Mhm.
Okay. And so this is where we will pick up. Minimillion, as you search for Minimillion, you find out that he is not on the world, as we call it. He is outside of Nana's house.
Oh no.
It's
You find that
terrible.
there is the camera crew is there. Part of the militia is there, guns ready. And you do notice one other thing that is very shocking. There are 5 fairly large mechanical entities there. The size are about the same size as your engine.
Oh,
Absolutely not.
no. Our nemesis.
Will we stop Minimillion? Will Nana be okay? Who are these 5 engine-sized machines?
Wouldn't they need tacos to fly these things, even if they had made these in secret?
Well, one thing that we did talk about in character creation is where we got these engines, because humans didn't create these engines. They were found. And they were found essentially falling off of one of these entities. And so if there was a non-human entity that was infiltrating the world, who they might have access to some more of these engines.
Ooey.
And if they built them,
Bunch
they
of
might be
ooey.
like powered by like being an asshole or
Mm-hmm.
something instead of like taco power.
Yeah. But all these questions will be answered
Dun dun dun.
next week. The final episode of Girl by Moonlight, The Flavor of Hope.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Thanks so much, everybody. I was kind of curious whether or not this was going to end up being the final episode on accident. The dice were going to be all like,
No, we've seen
Right.
enough. You can-
well, thanks everybody for tuning in today. Thank you all for playing. I do want to say, all right, shout out for Patreon. Thank you, Raven, for being our Adult Dragon backer. It's greatly appreciated. We're going to raid over to Catchy Cantrip and catch us next week at, what the heck time? 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern. Thanks so much for watching today. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Mega hard.
Mega hard.